Good evening, YouTube. This is Kayleen Stern coming at you with a later stream tonight. I was hoping to catch more of Old Smoky stream, but he got on late. But I'll go check out the replay of his later. But he normally streams on Saturday nights, but something came up and he had to delay it till today. So he is live right now, but what I have for you is a 2018 U.S. Halal MRE. There is Chris, thanks for stopping in. These are not numbered, so there's no menu number on here. The only way you can tell what it is to look at it, and the main in here is upside down. This one is the vegetable barley stew with lamb. This was sent to me by CT. So I do thank him very much for sending me this, and I hope one day to repay the kindness and send him some goodies, although shipping up to Canada would cost a pretty penny. And this was packed by Sapaco. And the halal MREs that I've had in the past do not have a hot drink. I don't know why, when coffee and tea are halal. So I've decided to grab the last two 3-in-1 Nescafes that I have left from what the bag of them that CT also sent. This is the French vanilla, and I used some of these when my power was out. I just boiled the water on my Pocket Rocket knockoff camp stove, and that's pretty much what I did. So I have a cold water back here for my cold drink. I have my drinking jar, my foreign emery mug this time, and my foreign emery spork. These are in the same type of bags that the civilian low sodium and other Sapaco civilian rations are in. Sorry, I bumped my phone out. But they have a peelable seal. Sometimes these things can be a bit of a bear to open, but you have to just get your thumb in the right place. There you go. I just do it off camera, but I got it going now. Sometimes these open up better than others. Sorry about that. This phone mount shakes like an earthquake. But off the top here is a very scrunched up flameless ration heater. This is a Sapaco branded, not the mil-spec one, but is the same type. And this is 8135, so this was made in 2018, but I'm going to boil the main. You know, I like to save these ration heaters for emergency use. So that's what I'll do with that. Then another thing that is very typical of the halal MREs is the accessory pack is not the same as the mil-spec one. You get salt and pepper There's 2 sugars, a rear roll, and a wet wipe. No matches. So I'll open that up in a minute. Then the snacks, as of 2019, they have been a different packaging for the snacks, and these are snack heavy. So we got says mini pretzels. R&S for roasted and salted peanuts. Beverage-based powder grape. Then raisins. And this dessert box took a bit of a hit. It's pretty scrunched up. This is Halal chocolate pudding. And there's one more snack item. Ginger snap cookies. And some of them are intact, some are broken. And then the main itself is, oops, sorry, I keep doing that, but vegetable barley stew with lamb. I'm going to go ahead and take this out of the box. This one has a tear notch that goes this way instead of this way like they used to be. Set these aside and open up this accessory pack. Oh, guess there are matches. They're white. So white matches. White tip. Got salt. Got the spoon, which I won't use because I'll be using my foreign emery's fork. Got something that the regular mil-spec emery should put in, pepper. And even though there is no hot drink, still get 2 packets of sugar. That, I have not figured out why they do that. I think that's kind of strange. There's a fresh nap, wet wipe, the rear roll, and a napkin. So that is the accessory pack. I'm going to move all these aside because I don't see a need for these. I'm going to go ahead and open up the great drink. And I suspect that it is going to be the kind that is going to be blue in color instead of purple. That didn't quite tear right, but I'll fix that. It's a white powder. Smells like artificial grape. This calls for 12 ounces, which is pretty much the capacity of my drinking jar. Looks like it's going to be kind of a bluish purple. I like to mix these drinks up first before I do the rest of the stuff because these tend to take a while to fully dissolve. This is definitely not like those grape drinks that I have, like 4 pouches left that actually have real fruit juice concentrate in there, and when you mix them up they actually look like the purple grape juice that you would go to a store and buy. I'll give that a stir later on. I'm going to do what I did last time, and I'm just going to do a double. I'm definitely going to buy this for myself because I like these 3-in-1 coffees. Although my favorite 3-in-1 coffee is the G7, which is my go-to camp coffee, even though I still have some of my Folgers coffee bags. I still have a few of those left, but after I got introduced to the G7, that's my favorite camp coffee when I'm just doing it for myself. But I'm going to go ahead and put this in the hot water, and then I'll come back with, I'm just gonna move these back. Sorry about that. I keep bumping this dang thing. It's not as stable as I wish it would be, but this is the only position I can get it in where I can get the view that I want for you guys. So I'm gonna go put this in the water, and then I'm gonna come back with the hot water for the coffee, and I'll mix that up. This little thing right here is actually part of the phone mount, and it just gets in the way of the camera. That's the only bummer I don't like about this, but the way I have things set up in here, it's the best way I can do it, so hope no one minds that. It is what it is. There's the coffee all mixed up. I'm going to put that back here. Now I'll start opening everything else. This is all the pretzels I'm going to put in here. I'll just have these off to the side. Since that's quite a bit of stuff in that one. I will put the cookies here. The raisin, or the peanuts, didn't want to quite cooperate. So I will put the peanuts over here. The raisins will go here. I think I'm going to have to get a bowl or something for the pudding, which is what I will open next. It comes in a box just like the main does. I'm going to get a bowl for this and I'll be right back. There we go, I'm back with a bowl. And because I'm putting it in a bowl, I'm going to actually cut it across here instead of use the tear notches. And speaking of these puddings, there has been a change in the recipe for these puddings. Especially the butterscotch one used to be on the gritty side. But the last butterscotch one I had from a Halal emery, it was not gritty. That has never been a problem with the chocolate pudding. But apparently, I guess whoever makes those butterscotch puddings changed it up to get rid of that texture that does put some people off. It never really bothered me, but I still ate it. I still enjoyed the flavor, but some people were probably a little weirded out by that gritty texture in that butterscotch pudding, when the chocolate puddings have always been, you know, the usual texture for an American pudding. With Dad on YouTube is in the house. Thanks for dropping in. And yes, that is a correct spelling that Dad puts on the channel name. If you go check out the channel, you'll know why. Just want to make sure I get all of that chocolatey goodness out of there. I think that's as good as that's going to get. So there is the chocolate pudding. I'll just keep that over here. I'm going to go ahead and try one of these pretzels first. They are light in colors, you can tell. I would have preferred pretzels a little bit darker. And although you can actually feel the salt, and you can probably see it on there, they actually don't taste as salty as your normal pretzels you'd buy in a store. And even though these are from 2018, they do taste like that they've been around a while. But not too bad, but they're still edible. I'm going to try some of these peanuts. They taste salted, but they don't taste roasted. They taste like they're raw. You can tell by the look of them how light they are. And they do taste like that they've been around a little while. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just giving the grape drink another stir because it still needs it. Because these snacks taste like they're older than they actually are. That's probably why the company that packages those has switched packaging to something that is a lot better at maintaining the freshness of the contents. Well, the drink has actually darkened up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take a taste of it. Tastes like grape Kool-Aid. That's pretty much what it is. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a few of these raisins. They're still soft. They taste fine, but even they taste like that they've been around a little while. Here is one of the cookies. It tastes just like a sugar cookie with a little bit of ginger and a little bit of cinnamon. You're not as prominent with the ginger as a store-bought ginger snap. Just going for a drink of coffee. I want to go for a sample of the pudding. Now, it tastes fine. It doesn't have that old stale taste like the rest of these do because it's in the retort pouch, or thin bags like this, they're no better than what you would buy in a store. But the main should be done, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it, and I'll be right back. I am back. I just used this to carry the main in since I'd just taken it out of the water. And I bring a paper towel so I can wipe it off, make it easier to handle. Get this out of the way. I am going to use a tear notches on this, so that's why I shake it down so when I open it, it doesn't send food all over the place. It looks like this one might be... Oh, I thought it was going to be a fail. It's a little lighter in color than I expected. There we go. I just put the trash in the ration bag. There it is, vegetable barley stew with lamb. Give a close-up of that. It almost tastes like a pasta sauce. The barley is quite soft. There is corn there. I'm gonna grab the box, see what vegetables are in here. It's supposed to be carrots, potatoes, bell peppers, doesn't say which, red or green or what color, and corn. But everything looks to be pretty much the same color. It's kind of hard to tell. Oop, I think there was a bit of... I think I just buried it. Thought I saw a bit of a green bell pepper. But it's pretty much a mush. The only real texture is in the lamb itself. Actually, there is a tiny bit of bell pepper right next to the piece of lamb. The lamb itself is actually pretty tender. It's chunked, it's not ground, so that's good. But this could probably use something that did not come in the ration. It could use a little bit of spice, but I'm just going to leave it as is. Something more than just black pepper. It could probably use a bit more curry. Or maybe cayenne or something like that, but I would definitely want this more towards the curry flavor. But other than that, even though it's the veggies and the barley are pretty much mush, they have no chew to them, it's still pretty good. I'm going to check the chat real quick. Oh, Mila is doing fine. She is sleeping like a lazy cat on my bed. That's pretty much what she does when I'm not in bed. She pretty much takes it over. But she will be 17 at the beginning of October. Sorry about that. Keep bumping this thing. I'm just going up through the chat. Oops. Just to make sure I didn't miss anything. But yep, she has been around almost 17 years. It's actually pretty good for a cat. She was a run of the litter. but she's done pretty well. She doesn't play as active as she used to. She used to love chasing anything with a string on it, but she really doesn't do that anymore. But she will still, whenever she feels like it, she'll come out and she'll just meow at me, and I'll reach down and pet her, give her ear scratches. And then she'll just go back to the bedroom and go back to sleep. I'm going to try a little something here just to maybe improve the texture of this. I'm going to bust up a few of these pretzels just to see if that does anything. Not sure if it will, but what the heck. Peanuts in the pudding. I could throw a few of those in. Normally that would work, but because the peanuts are stale side and they're not roasted, it doesn't work quite as well. But you still get that crunch, and these pretzels are giving a little bit of crunch and texture to this. Because cookies here. Dipped in the pudding. There is Pat Miller. Thanks for dropping in. I started my stream an hour late because I wanted to catch Oki's stream since he's streaming tonight instead of doing it Saturday night, which is his usual. He got on late, so I decided to just go ahead and get out of there and start mine up. But this is Halal MRE from 2018 vegetable barley stew with lamb. And I tossed in some of the pretzels. The lamb is pretty good. The whole thing could use a bit of curry. Yes, he is. So if you want to go check his channel out, he is doing a 2008 fajita MRE. And if that goes south, then he has backup plans. This one was from 2018, but because the snacks are in this type of thin bag and not the thicker multi-layered pouches that they started using in 2019, They do taste like that they've been around a while. Now, the cookies taste fine. They don't taste all that stale, but they don't taste like the ginger snap that you're more familiar with. This is a sugar cookie that just has a bit of spices in it. That's pretty much what it is. The peanuts are supposed to be roasted and salted, but they only taste it, and even then just lightly. Yeah. And then we have JW's in the house. Thanks for dropping in. So they even taste a little stale, but they haven't completely gone south. I might do a little bit of this just for the heck of it. See if it does anything. Pretzels work better. This drink is pretty much like grape Kool-Aid. And you get 2 packs of sugar, but nothing to mix the sugar with. But Halal MREs do not have coffee or any hot drink in them. I don't know what's up with that. Not even cocoa. So I have the French vanilla 3-in-1 that was also sent to me by CT. He sent me this ration, by the way. So I do thank him for that. And one of these days, I'm going to come up with something to send up to him. I like to send up some totally Iowa products for him to try. I think that's enough busted up pretzels in this, since I don't have a whole lot of it left. Maybe a couple of peanuts just for what Dub C calls a megabyte. Yep, pretzels work with this better than the peanuts. Hey CT, look what I am eating. Yes, Casey's is headquartered in Ankeny, Iowa, and that is a suburb of Des Moines. Grape Kool-Aid. Well, that's what this is. This one, the barley and the veggies in it are very soft, but the lamb is nicely cooked. It tastes like it could use a little spice, maybe a little curry, or at least that's what I would do. And the snacks, the cookies are fine. They don't taste stale, but the pretzels, the peanuts, and the raisins taste like they've been around longer than 2 years because of this weak packaging, which was changed in 2019. I saw Steve 1989 do a 2019 Halal MRE, and his was a jalfrezi. And the snacks were in better packaging than what was used up till then. Yeah. So if I can get a 2019 Halal MRE, I should get the better packaging, which will be they're like a tan, kind of the same color that the drink mixes in. But he liked the jalfrezi, and I liked it too, the one that I had. So I put a few of the pretzels in here, some of the peanuts, but I think the pretzels give it a better crunch and texture, since the peanuts taste like they're just salted and not roasted. And I'm drinking your French vanilla. This is the chocolate pudding. And it's the normal texture of a pudding. I threw a few peanuts in here just for the heck of it to see how that would go. Now I'm going to throw a few of the raisins in here. Oh, there's even a peanut. That works. The pudding overcomes the stale flavor of the peanuts. I mean, the raisins. The raisins are still soft. You can still squish them, but they don't taste like they would be no more than 2 years old. But the peanuts have the most stale flavor out of all of these. And again, I would still like to know why Sapaka would put 2 packs of sugar in here, but no hot drink. No tea, no cocoa, no coffee. I don't know what's up with that. Now just look how light in color that is. That is not a roasted peanut. And even the pretzels could have been a little bit darker. They're still crunchy. Now they're perfectly fine. I will eat them all, no doubt about that. But I expected this stew to be a darker color. And to be a little bit looser. Yep, sure is. Now this grape drink does not taste anything at all like those unique ones that I bought a bunch of them on eBay. Then I was actually drinking them. I sent one to one person, and then I sent 4 to Old Smoky. So he's tried one of them. I don't know if he has opened up the others, but they actually have real grape juice concentrate in them, and they're in the shake pouch, not in just the square pouch that this one came in. That's okay. You have a good sleep and happy travels. Again, thanks for this ration. This is pretty awesome. And I did do the other fruit soup cold, but it didn't mix as well as it did when I used hot water. So if I ever get any more of those, I'll mix it hot and then I'll chill it. Yep, I will be back at 7 o'clock Central Time next Sunday. With the heater meals that I got in the mystery box from Minotaur Trading Company. I got 2 of those. Again, I will boil the entree in it because it had a best buy date of 2014. But the outer box looks in very, very good condition, so I have no doubt that everything in there will be fine. Yeah, I think they still have mystery boxes on the site. I dipped the pretzel in the pudding. I still have not used my prize code. I was playing around on the site to see what I could get for the $50. But of course those codes don't include the shipping, so I only had a few cents in my account after paying my electric bill, which is pretty high from running my air conditioner, as much as I have been this summer to keep this place cool. Of course, the power outage a couple weeks ago made this apartment feel like a sauna. And I did throw out some food from my fridge, but not all of it. I only had to get rid of some. And my freezer was fine because I use ice packs. And that kept everything cold through the 3 days that we didn't have power here. And that's one of the reasons why I keep them in there. I even have the kind in there that would be used for cold therapy. I keep those in there. And because I have my fridge and freezer temps set to the lowest that they can go, I have water bottles on the top shelf at the back, and some of those actually freeze. So they become solid ice. And because of that, that helped preserve the food in the fridge. So that worked out well. I did cook the deer meat that Tat gave me when I camped with her in June over at Thomas Mitchell's County Park here in Des Moines, or just outside of Des Moines. And she had given me some to also give to my mom, and I gave her that early in July, or middle of July. One of my sisters brought her over, and I gave her the meat that Tech had offered after my mom had commented on a post on Facebook. There is Dub C. You missed a couple of megabytes. I put some of these peanuts and some of the pretzels into the vegetable barley stew with the lamb. Mix those together. And then I had some of these peanuts and the raisins in this chocolate pudding. But the raisins actually taste a little better than these peanuts. Even though this is a 2018 ration, this kind of weak packaging, and it makes the snacks go stale faster. But that all changed in the 2019 versions of these halal MREs. So they're they maintain their freshness longer. These peanuts are still edible, but the bag said roasted and salted. These are not roasted, and they're just lightly salted. This grape drink is just like grape Kool-Aid. And the halal MREs do not have any hot drinks, so French vanilla 3-in-1 coffee, courtesy of CT. I mixed both of them into my foreign MRE mug because I felt like a double. And these cookies are supposed to be like a ginger snap, but they're more of a sugar cookie with just a little ginger and cinnamon in them. And these do not taste stale at all. They just don't taste like a real ginger snap cookie should taste. But they're good pudding. Oh, it looked pretty awesome. That particular where you were at. That looked like an awesome spot. I bet there are plenty of places where you could hang your hammock. And if you go a little ways down the creek, you could probably do some fishing. Oh, I bet that would be a great place for scout camps. I'll just do that since I ate all the peanuts. I plugged my phone in because the cord popped out. There we go. Just making sure that this thing doesn't run out of juice before I'm ready to close out. Yeah, I think it would be awesome to go to places like that. The last time I saw a place like that, I was actually driving by with a group that I was with when I was in Guadalajara, Mexico, back in 1986, and we drove by a place called Cola de Caballo, and it means horsetail falls because the waterfall, as the water is coming down, it actually resembles a horse's tail. Oh, it was pretty cool. I took my little 110 down there. I had 9 rolls of film. I shot all 9, but I lost one because I apparently missed one when I moved the film from one bag to another. And it got messed with by the x-ray machine, so I lost some of my pictures, but I did not lose those. But I don't know if you noticed this, but sometimes the image on my screen quivers. So it trembles. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I think it's kind of weird when I'm in YouTube. It only seems to do that when I'm in YouTube. I don't know why. But I hope it doesn't show up on your end. It just shows up on my end. But anyway, I've had this thing since 2014. I don't have actual cell service on it anymore. I just use it for internet and shooting pictures and video. Yeah, and because my computer crapped out, I can't get it to do any recovery. This is all I got other than tablets. Oh wow, that'll be a nice dinner. I haven't seen a catfish that big since I was fishing in Lake Ouachita back in the 80s. That's in Arkansas. Now that lake is known for growing some big catfish. I also forgot to say when I was opening everything up that these halal MREs don't come with gum or candy of any kind. But yet you get 2 packs of sugar, so I guess that counts. Oh yeah. Nothing better than fried fresh caught catfish. And someone's secret recipe for seasoning the flour that you dusted in. hopefully I'll get another chance to go fishing. Although I am close to the river, so I could go down to the Des Moines River and wet a hook, but because that river is so nasty, I wouldn't eat any fish out of it if I caught it. One of these days I want to do a walk of what's called the Principal River Walk, but because of all the construction and different parts of that path, I'm holding off on doing that. They're repairing or replacing the 4 river bridges that people can drive across the river. They've done one, they're working on the second one. It's supposed to be open, I think, this fall. Or maybe this winter, I'm not sure the timeline yet. And then they'll start doing the third one. And then after that, the fourth one, they're doing basically one, then as one gets done, they start on the other one. Yeah. Yeah, I know how that goes. I lost my dad in '08. Yep, we had lots of good times, and but although I don't have his specific one that he carried, but I found a buck 110 exactly like the one that my dad carried when I was a kid, and same brass bolsters, the same color wood on it. And I only paid $20 for that. So I got lots of Dad. But my mom is still alive. But on those special days, she can have her days. But my sisters and I do try to do what we can just to make sure she's got what she needs. We got her to an apartment last year. And I have something that one of my sisters will have to come and pick up to give to her. On something in Walgreens. In fact, I got it in, I got the last 2, a specific antacid that my mom likes. And she had a hard time finding it. So I found 2 of them in the Walgreens that I frequent, and I bought them both. I just have to get them to her. There's a bus that goes by where she lives, but only every 2 hours, and that sucks. And it doesn't go there at all on weekends. So that's why I have to rely on one of my sisters to come pick it up. But I also grabbed a paratrans application for my mom so that she could get rides to doctor's appointments and places like that. so that she wouldn't have to be as dependent on my sisters. Yeah, my oldest sister retired from teaching at the beginning of June, but in a few months she's going to go back as an associate so that she can keep her health insurance. She's only 58, so she's not even old enough to draw on Social Security yet, and she just doesn't want to live on her IPERS, because she's still paying on the mortgage on her house. That's what I'm hoping that my mom will go ahead and fill out the application and get it sent in. Or maybe one of my sisters can bring it back to me and I can take it back to the city bus station that we call it the Dart Central Station and turn it in for her. And she lives in a housing complex that's, you have to be at least 55 to live in there. But they're jacking her rent $100, even though they told her that her rent would only go up maybe $5 or $10. So after she pays the rent and the bills, she will literally have nothing left for food. That'd be awesome. Of course, you can't get accepted unless she actually sends it back or has one of us turn it in for her. But another thing that has been good for her is last year she finally got hearing aids. I'm just dumping the rest of the pretzels in onto the tray. She finally got hearing aids after several years of frustration. And I was working on a plan to get a used pair sent down here from a friend up in Canada, but my mom got a pair, so I told my friend that she can keep those or donate them to someone else, because my friend up in Canada gets an upgrade every 2 years. She can get new hearing aids, and the particular ones that she would have offered my mom are retunable. And all my mom would have had to do is get the actual earpiece that goes into the ear. But so far the ones that she has now are working, and she can control them through an app on her phone. So that's good to, that helps her out a lot. There is, there's JIT preparedness. I see you decided to change your channel name. But that's fine. I hope you're doing okay. I miss seeing you on video. Yeah, I know. I'm just just having a little fun. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay. I hope you can get back to doing your videos and live streams soon. I used your mug last week to do my coffee in. But tonight, my foreign MRE mug. Oh, that's good. I hope you are just spending this time and just getting yourself back to where you want to be. And just spending time with the pups. He's got two little dogs that had the run of the house. Now that's a real crapper. That puts a damper in your leather work. You got to be able to see to do that stuff, especially the stitching and making sure that the dye is all evened out, and you get the tooling in the right spots. But it's good to see you in here. Yeah, I'm later than normal because I wanted to catch old Smokey's stream. He's streaming tonight instead of his usual Saturday nights, but he got started late, and I decided that instead of sticking around and delaying this for who knows how long, I just decided to go ahead and leave his stream and get mine started up. So next Sunday I'll be at 7 Central, which would be 6 Mountain or 8 Eastern. I was in the Ration Museum stream earlier today. And I told the guy that runs that my donation to it is all packaged up, and all I need is an address. Then I can put some postage on it and get it out of here. I explained all that, what I was doing in my video on that 1987 German emergency ration. I made up one of the teas, but I chose not to actually sample those compressed food blocks. I wanted to leave them in the original inner wrapper, and I put it back in their outer wrapper and then just taped it shut. And then I even included the tea packet that I opened, and that had the water purification tablets, and I did accidentally pop one, but I got it back into the strip and I put a piece of tape over it to keep it in place. But so I am going to be sending that plus an unopened identical ration, and I dug out my two pieces of Japanese, the military script currency that has Japanese writing on it that was used during World War II or after. So I only had 2 of those. But eventually I'll replace them, because I did like having those in my currency collection. But I'll find a couple more to replace it. But I figured, since, U.S. soldiers and other allies probably used that as a currency to buy stuff at certain locations instead of using actual dollars or the Japanese yen. It was like an alternate currency for the troops at that time. I bought those in a mixed currency lot, I think on eBay, or at some kind of a collector's show that used to take place here in town at one of the malls. But if you look on eBay for military script, that's SCRIP, or you can just Google search and you can find examples of what these little notes look like. They're pretty much about twice the size of this matchbook, but more square. But I got my phone plugged into a power pack, but it is showing low battery. I'm down to like 4%. So I'm probably going to have to call this good. And I'll just plug into my normal charge cord so that this thing can process. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I want to thank you all for watching. And again, next Sunday, 7 o'clock Central. And on the flip side.